Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the review of these Mi wireless headphones. And these are the new super bass headphones that quite a few of you have asked me to check it out. So here we have it, and now have used it for some time, so I'll give you my opinion. What do I feel about this one? But first let's look at these headphones. You get this in this fancy box, and it says that it has about 20 hours of playback time, and I couldn't actually test it continuously for that long, but definitely the battery life is one of the big strengths of this one. And it also says that it has that 40mm driver, and it is Bluetooth 5, and these are the headphones itself, and they look actually pretty fancy from the looks of it. As you can see, it looks really good. But one thing I have noticed is that the build quality is very plasticky and creaking, and the quality of the plastic actually feels a little bit on the cheaper side. But the good thing is that it has a little bit of padding over here, and again, even the ear cups have a good cushion, and as you can see, it says left and right over here, so that's not a problem. But again, I felt that the plastic quality is actually on the cheaper side, so you got to be careful with this, and definitely not for rough users, as it can break. And these are again 40mm drivers according to Xiaomi. And if you notice, the right cup, actually it's marked right and left over here. The right cup has everything. On the bottom, if you go, we have the micro USB port that will be used for charging. We also have a headphone line out, so you can actually use it with a audio cable that is actually provided in the box, so if the battery dies, you can technically use it. And we actually have now 3 different buttons. The first one is for the power on and off, and other 2 buttons are for the volume, and you can also skip tracks with that one. So that's the physical overview of these headphones. But let's now first talk about what do I feel about them. And first, let's talk about the Bluetooth range. And as it's a Bluetooth 5 headset, I'm happy to say that the Bluetooth range is actually really good on this one. Even when I moved to the other room, it did not disconnect. So in fact, in terms of Bluetooth range, I was actually pretty impressed with this one. Compared to most of the budget-oriented headphones in this range, this one has way better Bluetooth range. It also has integrated microphone, so if you wear it, you can actually take calls with this one. And I did take quite a few calls with this one, and I'm actually disappointed with the microphone of this one. Most times the other party said that I was not sounding clear, or I was sounding a little bit on the weird side, echoish and stuff like that. So in terms of what to say, if you are primarily buying this for taking a lot of cellular calls, then I wouldn't say it's great. I would rate it just 5 out of 10 if I have to rate it based on the Bluetooth calls. I feel the microphone quality is simply not that great. Now, if we talk about the battery life, as I've mentioned, the battery life is really good. Again, it will easily last for a couple of days, even if you're sort of a heavy user. Xiaomi claims about 20 hours of battery life on this one. Also, I like the fact that you have that wired connectivity. If you really want that, you can and do that. Now, but let's talk about the sound, because I feel for headphones, the biggest, most important thing is the sound. But before that, let's talk about the comfort also. In fact, in terms of comfort, if you forget about the build quality, as I mentioned earlier, I feel these are actually pretty comfortable on your ear. Because of this cushioning that it has, it's actually very comfortable to wear, and you can wear it for a couple of hours. Yes, your ears will become slightly on the warmer side, but again, that's the same thing with any headphone. So in terms of comfort, if you forget about the build quality, yes, they are sort of comfortable. But now let's talk about the most important part, that is sound. And as the box says, these are super bass, and yes, definitely the bass is actually highly emphasized on this one, and I would say it is overemphasized a little bit, and hence the bass definitely sounds a little bit on the muddier sides. The bass in fact creeps into the vocals also, hence the vocals also get slightly muddied, I feel. So in terms of I would say bass, I would rate it 7.5. Yes, you do get that depth, and if you like that heavy bass, you get that bass, but again, the bass is not very clear and punchy, so it gives that mellow feeling, I would say, and even the vocals get slightly drowned due to the bass. And if I have to rate vocals on this one, the vocals also don't sound that great. The vocals sound a little bit subdued. I would rate it about let's say 7 out of 10 in terms of vocals. Now, coming to the higher tones, here also I felt that these were sort of lacking, and that some of the instruments that we have on the higher tones were very subdued on this one, and definitely because of that, that, it didn't sound punchy to me. In fact, in terms of treble tones and stuff, I would rate it just about 6.5 out of 10. So overall, I would say if we are just talking about the sound quality on this one, I would rate it just about 6.5 out of 10. I expected a lot from this one, but in terms of sound department, apart from the bass, it was slightly on the disappointing side for me. But again, the good thing is that it does have great battery life, and also in terms of Bluetooth connectivity, it was very good. But still, overall, I would say for me, the sound is the highest criteria, and also the build quality is pretty average. Hence, my overall rating would be 6.5 out of 10. And this sells in India for 1800 rupees, and I purchased this via Amazon. I'll leave the link. But I feel, frankly, the Blockpond BH01, these sell for about 1700 rupees. In terms of build quality, these are actually much better than the Mi, and also in terms of sound quality, I feel these are slightly better. Anyways, guys, that was my review for this Mi Super Bass headphones. If you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And many of you might also ask me, what about the Mi Sport Bluetooth headset? Those are not headphones. I definitely feel that the Mi Bluetooth headsets that sell for about 1500 rupees do sound better than this one. Anyways, guys, that's it for now for this review. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.